Is it recording? But there's no light. I need a spotlight. That's better. Hello everyone, welcome back to The Hot Mess with All Those Plants, which is me, Jake and Zara, also known as Plank for Life. Alright, so I thought it'd be a great opportunity to do a video on Anthurium propagation. So I have this amazing boy. I bought him as a crystallinum. He definitely, has some unique qualities that set him apart from your typical crystallinum. He has a pretty elongated leaf, as you can see right there. He's been a little bit underwatered, so his leaves aren't looking the best, but there are actually 2 plants in there, guys. 2 plants! I actually want to not only separate these 2 plants, but I also want to propagate them. And I notice that there are some really good aerial roots. There's some good layered roots on this guy. And I know some people can be a little bit intimidated by propagating Anthurium, and I wanted to just kind of show you guys how I'm going to do it. I have another video about how I propagated a very special Anthurium. I will link that at the bottom. But for now, yeah, let's just propagate an Anthurium, guys. And hopefully this inspires you to propagate your Anthuriums, because it's easier than you think. All right, let's go. By the way, it's nighttime now. I didn't even mention, I have a, my friend gave this to me for Christmas. Yes, for Christmas, look at it. It's so comfy. It's like the cosmos. All right, let's go set our boy up over here. Perfect. By the way, I have him in, I guess you could say, a modified semi-hydroponic system. I have videos that talk about this method that I will also link below. But yes, it's like a no drainage system slash like a kind of branching off of a semi-hydroponic. Anyway, you can't even see because there's just so much algae in there. Algae is totally harmless, but it just grows wherever there's light and moisture. But yeah, look at all those beautiful roots. Those gorgeous worms. That's what we want to see, baby. All right, so we are going to just very gently unpot him and see what we are working with, guys. Oh, there we go. Let's just look at this real quick. Oh, right there. Do you see these aerial roots? Do you see what we can make a great cut down here? This is awesome. Let's see, can I pull it up? Without, no, I don't think so. I don't want to force these roots out. I don't want to break any. Wow. This guy really needed a repot anyway because he is just taut in here. Oh, there we go. And he has popped out. All right, there we go. That is a great root system. You don't really want to do this with a plant that doesn't have a good, strong root system, so this is perfect. I know this sounds so weird, but I'm just tickling the root because I don't want to pull on them and break them because they're very thick roots. They're going to break. So I just want to kind of tickle and just kind of, that game Jenga where you have to take the wooden blocks out of the tower and put them on top, and you go for the loose ones first because those are the easiest ones to get out. You're kind of doing that with the moss and the substrate. If you have a really big root system you want to try to preserve, you want to, and same with the roots too. Like that root is just, I'm going to let that go down there. But yeah, I'm just kind of feeling to see where can I dislodge soil very easily and seamlessly, you know what I'm saying? Before I try to really get in there. And I'm just gonna take my time doing this, guys. This is this is a great time to, put on a Netflix show or something and just very gently, you wanna take your time doing this. You don't wanna rush this. You don't wanna be too hasty with the roots. Take your time. You know, you're gonna have a little bit of root casualty. That's totally fine. And see, that's a really big point because there's gonna be a little bit of root casualty. It's just inevitable, guys. The roots aren't, you know, they're not very tough. They're very thick, but they break easily. That's why you wanna only propagate and repot as well. This also extends to repotting. You only wanna do it when there's a very strong, healthy, vigorous root system. Vigorous, people. Okay, wait, let me hide my knee. How inappropriate to show my knee on YouTube. Okay, but you can see my... Isn't it soft? It looks soft. Well, you can't feel it, but it's very soft, I promise. So do you see how these roots are just... now they want to come out. There we go, see? Now I didn't lose that root. That's good. I'll fast forward through it because I'm sure this is boring as hell for you guys. Watching this mess, trying to do stuff and educate people. Who does this guy think he is? All right, guys. Had to just kind of fast forward through all that, but let me show you both plants. So right there, look at that beautiful root system. Look at those beautiful white tips at the bottom. Those nice thick roots, that's what you want to see. And there are the two leaves right there. This is just one of the plants. And let me just show you real quick. It's really interesting. You watch the journey that these plants have gone through. Because at nurseries and such, they will be propagated and then propagated again and again. And you can see where they actually will cut the node, or the chunk, if you will. You see they made a cut right there. And then, can I show you? And yeah, and then this stem, or this piece of the chonk here, C-H-O-N-K, is like the funny terminology for that. Just like the kind of the stem of the plant, like, you know, the brain of the plant, if you will, where all the roots come out of and the leaves and everything. But yeah, somebody made a cut there way back when. This all came up and there used to be leaves down here. So we're gonna go down there and make another cut. Let's get our shears. I got my shears right here. And I'm just going to disinfect it with some fire. Ooh, the boy makes fire in his hand. Shears are nice and clean. Now let's find a good place to cut. So let's look for a place where a root system that can support these top leaves, but then leaving some root system for a chunk that we can put into its own pot that can then grow out over the next couple of months. So let's see here. I'm thinking right about here. There's a nice area right there where there's going to be some roots on top, but also plenty of roots at the bottom. Now, I'm just going to take my sterilized shears. I'm just going to just kind of weave them in just to kind of take one last look and see, are there enough roots on top? Are there enough roots on the bottom? Looks like it. All right. Here we go, guys. We're going for it. 1, 2, 3 without even thinking about it. And, oh! Okay. And we have this hunk of chunk right here. This hunk of chunk. It's not even in focus. Hello, hello, hello. Wake up. There we go. Look at that, guys. All right, so we're gonna put that aside, and we're gonna take a little bit of cinnamon, which is an all-natural fungicide and bactericide, and it's gonna dry out that open wound right there, just so it can callus up quicker and prevent fungal growth. So we're gonna put him there, and then we have to act fairly quickly because we don't want those roots to be sitting out for too long. All right, we're gonna do the same thing with this guy here. Doodly-doodly-doo. There. We have this, oh, Rapunzel. Oh, look at that. This is even better because he's got roots up here, but he's also got a lot of roots down there. Oh, so this is so perfect. All right, guys, now before I make the cut, are you noticing how all these roots on top that are draping over, those are gonna be on this chunk right here, but then all this down here is gonna be for that chunk that we're gonna grow out. So do you see, like, the reasoning behind it, like why I decided to have it be cut right there? And 3, 2, 1, without even thinking about it, we're just gonna, oh, she doesn't wanna, she has separation anxiety. Uh-oh. Oh, it's okay, miss. I go back and forth with the plant's genders. Well, you know, Anthuriums, they are bisexual. You know, they are male and female, so it only fits. Guys, look at this huge root system that these 3 beautiful leaves still have to work with. It's not focusing, I'm sorry. This camera doesn't like me. We're gonna put a little bit of cinnamon on that open wound right there. And let's look at this meaty chunk right here. Okay, so there's a root like way up here that's gonna rot off anyway. It's a shame because there's a lot of root here, but there's no sense having that on there. It's just too close to the stem. But this was all gonna rot anyway, so. But that's okay, guys, because we have a lot of root to work with. Again, I can't stress enough how important it is to focus, you moron. There we go. I can't stress how important it is to make sure that before you do this, you have a very good, vigorous, healthy, viable root system. You don't want to do this to a plant that's still acclimating, that's struggling, that's rehabbing. You want to wait till you have a good, nice, strong plant, a strong, independent plant who don't need no man. Okay, look at that. Look at this. This don't need no man. Look at this, she don't need no man. All right, but she needs me or she'll die. So now we're gonna get to the fun part, which is repotting all of these. We're about to have 4 plants, guys. All right, BRB. All right, guys, and now we're moving on to the fun part, which is mixing up our new medium. So I got sphagnum moss, charcoal, and fluval stratum, which is my new favorite thing. Yeah, this is going to be the base. So let's put that in there. And we'll put a little bit of this in there. And we're just going to mix all that goodness up. We're gonna put a little bit more in, because why not? Let's have some fun. Let's start cooking, people. All right, that should be good. So we're going to put a base for the reservoir for excess water to drain into. Just about, maybe like an inch or so. Yeah, like no more than that. Okay, we're just going to put a little bit of sphagnum moss base, just so the roots have a nice little place to sit and get nice and cozy. And we're just going to gently place this guy, this mystery boy, this like crystallinum type, because I don't really, it doesn't seem like a real, or I guess a common crystallinum. Crystallinums have been hybridized so many times that it's hard to know, like, they're all kind of hybrids of different things. But that's the beauty of Anthuriums, is that you never know what you're gonna get. But because certain species, like crystallinum, have been in cultivation for so long, since literally the 1800s, those are the kind of plants that are going to get their genes a little bit muddy as people crossbreed for stronger genes and stronger plants to sell to people. So, all right, and we're just going to do something that I like to do. Just take a little stick, not something with a pointy end, with a soft end, and just kind of tuck in that moss very gently, just so we can get rid of those air pockets, because we don't want these roots to have access to too much air. The moss provides enough aeration. We don't want too many big air pockets in there. And that's why I love using clear containers, because we can see all of that from the side. Okay, people, and here's the first boy. So yeah, we have enough roots so we can see what the roots are doing, if it wants to focus and show you guys. But yeah, he's not super root bound, and we have the top is going to be exposed. There is a little bit of chlorophyll in the stem, so that stem actually can photosynthesize. So it's good to have just a little bit of that. Also, roots that are green can also photosynthesize. We don't want to like have all the roots that have been in the substrate to be suddenly out of the substrate, but it's good to have a little bit of that stem. You know what I'm saying? Because do you see how this root is green on top and then kind of like a brown tan down here? Because this root, it was photosynthesizing. Can you believe that? So yes, here is the first boy. All right, now let's move on to the second boy here, the second chunk. This long one right here. Oh yeah. Let's see, is he gonna fit in this one? It's a little tight. You know what? I'd rather have it be a little bit too small than a little bit too big. Because if it's a little bit too small, then, you know, it's what it is. You just have to water it a little bit more often. If it's a little bit too big, then you have some potential fungal issues that can break out. You have too much substrate, and the roots are a little bit too small to extend out into that pot and suck up all that moisture. All that unused moisture will then become a breeding ground for fungus and bacteria. So yeah, we're just going to very gently just kind of spiral him in here. That's a little technique that I use. Kind of helps the roots, without breaking them and squishing them in, you just kind of like turn it, and then as you kind of lower it, like a screw basically. All right, so I'm going to start gently packing him out. I'm going to lift him up a little bit more than the last one, just so his roots have some more space to grow and do their thing. Nee, what did I tell you? This is not appropriate for YouTube. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm flashing in my knee. So inappropriate. Please don't flag this video. Oh, I'm getting a little bit sweaty because I am wearing basically a blanket. And although it might be only like 71 degrees in here, which by the way, it's currently winter time, low 70s, high 60s is very, very cold for my apartment because my apartment retains a lot of heat. But thankfully I don't have to use the AC just yet because that AC makes that electric bill skyrocket. And it's hard to shoot videos in the summertime because I had to turn off the AC because it was super, super loud. I don't have a microphone that I have on my person. Yeah, I would just get super sweaty super fast because I like to give a lot of energy in these videos. And you know, when you're working on stuff, you know, even when you're working on, this may not seem very like physically strenuous, but when you're really trying to concentrate, make sure that you do it properly, and you get a little sweaty, and that's totally fine. So yeah, this is good. This is good. The stem is above the substrate as such, and we got our eye on some nice roots right there. Plenty of substrate, so that actually worked out just as well. Okay, now let's move on to the second biggest one, which is this 2-leaf right here. The chunks are getting bigger and bigger, guys. There's that leaf right there. Beautiful. Nice long leaves. That's the newest leaf right there. Look at that one. That one's a perfect leaf still. It hasn't crisped up or anything quite yet. The crisping, again, it's just from me kind of underwatering it. Just because, you know, life gets in the way and sometimes you forget. But he's all good. He's all good. Honestly, guys, if you search aroids, or just plants in general, but especially aroids, you search them in the wild, they got brown leaves, they got holes poked in their leaves from like insects, you know, picking at them, birds, freaking, you know, like sticks and branches falling on them. So like, these aroids look like crap in the wild. So this would be like a stunning specimen in the wild. Just saying. Let's give him a little base. Okay, and we're just going to, I'm actually going to do that method that I told you about before. I'm going to curly cue him in. Not curly cue, I'm going to screw him in. There we go. Screw you. And by the way, guys, you know, you can use any container. Like, you know, you can use containers like these. They're just sitting around, which is what I have. You can use nice vases, like the one that I previously had him in. You can use freaking red Solo cups and fill them up and have a party. All right? So, yeah, just do it however you want to do it, guys. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to show you what I do and what I find works. All right, and there he is. I did damage this little tip right there, but that's going to be aborted anyway, so that's all good. So there he is. Now let's move on to the last one. The last one, guys. Oh, his root system is big. His root system is big. Oh, he's not gonna fit in that, is he? Oh, no, he's not, honey. He is just too big and fabulous. I wonder, like, should I just put him back in here? That's crazy. It's crazy how you take out a root system and you can't put it back in. He literally could go back in. You know what? I think I'm gonna put him right back in. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm just gonna put him right back in. But I am going to clean this just so it looks nicer. And I'm gonna need a little bit more of a base, which I will use some of this charcoal as some of the base. Just like an inch or so, really. That's it, guys. That's all you need. Okay, now let me get some more of my moss. Oh, my God, how did you fit in here? This is a big, beefy boy. You've been enjoying that orchid fertilizer. Oh my goodness. This guy is very pendant, I gotta say. Might as well cut him up and let him branch out and become new plants. Isn't that an amazing thing about plants like this, is that they literally can become multiple plants. Can you imagine? This may sound horrifying, but imagine like chopping off your leg and you can create a clone of yourself. And then in high school when you had to go take that test, or in college when you had to go to that class, you can just send your clone to that class, you know? Or if you have to go to the gym, just send your clone to the gym. Wouldn't that be great? Am I the only one who thinks that would be great, or is that just like really weird? I don't know. Ugh. Did we do it? I think. We did it! Oh, those are really sweaty and gross. Oh, pardon the hot mess, but yeah, I still sweat in the wintertime. And I'm probably gonna have to put on a regular shirt after this because, yeah, this insulates a lot of body heat. So, I'm just gonna show you real quickly what I have. So, here are the chunks right here. I'm really excited to see what these do. I'm gonna give them nice bright light. Gonna make sure they stay nice and hydrated. And hopefully within maybe like a month to maybe 6 weeks or so, I'll hopefully see like a new growth point. Hopefully within a matter of just a couple of weeks, I'll see some new root growth, which will be really exciting. So that is the newest leaf of the two plants. Look at that. I just want to give you guys a nice up close look at that. Can you just focus for once in your life? Thank you. Look at that, guys. Ooh. A nice elongated leaf. It's quite interesting. Really dark, really nice. I keep them in like medium-ish light. Nothing crazy. But I will be putting the chunks in very bright light because I really want them to have a lot of energy and to really photosynthesize. I want them to feel that warmth. I want them to see that light and start reaching up with the growth point and shooting for the stars, baby. Okay, and speaking of shooting for the stars, we have now, I guess it's sort of like, it's not the original plant, but it's the original pot. There's my buddy. Now he's in 4 pieces. So I guess I'll put him back where he originally was on display because he's still nice looking. I like to put pretty things on display, and I'm gonna put the 3 babies in my grow tent where they're just gonna be blasted with light for the next several weeks. All right, bye-bye. That was so extra. Did you know I have a music channel? I'll leave a link for it in my bio, which I do for pretty much every video I post here. And if you enjoy the content that I make here, I would really appreciate it if you guys go check out my music channel, check out some of my music videos. I got more music videos that I'm making this year, so yeah, it's gonna be awesome. All right, I'm out of here. Ciao.